Hi, this is Lucy, and today I'm going to show you how to build this vineyard conversion house. You do not need catwalks or a flamer trap to build this house. If this is something that you are interested in, please stay tuned. So I decided to try and build some buildings with the build sets that we have without double walling, so that they were more accessible to everyone. Now originally when we started double walling, it was because there were only two house building sets. There was the wood or the brick. And over time, obviously, we've had lots of build sets be added to the Atom store. Here are the bushes. As you can see, the thumbnail is black. It's not there, neither are the white ones, but the ones in pots are still available. So I have used those. Now, I finished this build a few days ago and I was doing the video and I just suddenly realised I'd got loads of build budget left because I didn't double wall it. And why am I putting the workshop in the house when I could just build a workshop? So I've actually rejigged the entire interior. So we have this, which I suppose garage outbuilding for my workshop. There's plenty of space in here. You could get a power armor repair frame in here if you want, in the middle. I don't use power armor that often. Now, this house originally was supposed to be a modern build, and I couldn't get the roof how I wanted, so I just decided to experiment, and I ended up with this, and I thought, this looks like an old building that has been converted into a house. In Europe, because we have houses that are hundreds of years old, and in the UK we have something called listed. So if a house or a building has architectural interest, historical interest, it will be protected by the government so that it can't be destroyed. So this kind of whole thing sort of evolved into this, what I assume in my head would be a vineyard outbuilding that had been converted into living accommodation. So that's kind of the premise behind it. This looks French to me. I am not French. I have been to France, but mainly in the mountains, so if you are French, please excuse me if I'm taking artistic liberties. So obviously we have this covered porch. I have put vines everywhere. I really wish we had something that sort of hung down from the roof. It would be nice, but yeah. I didn't realise, when someone said the roses weren't working, I didn't realise that the ones in pots still are. It's just the ones in, if you could have a look in the build menu. Here are the bushes. As you can see, the thumbnail is black. It's not there, neither are the white ones, but the ones in pots are still available. So I have used those. Now, I finished this build a few days ago and I was doing the video and I just suddenly realised I'd got loads of build budget left because I didn't double wall it. And why am I putting the workshop in the house when I could just build a workshop? So I've actually rejigged the entire interior. So we have this, which I suppose garage outbuilding for my workshop. There's plenty of space in here. You could get a power armor repair frame in here if you want, in the middle. I don't use power armor that often. So outside we have a bench, we have a bicycle. This is the hall or vestibule. The ceilings are very high. I did put sort of a faux roof on here because it looked odd having a very high ceiling in a very small room. This is the kitchen. I didn't use the newer units. They just didn't look right. I tried to go for kind of very traditional style furnishings. Finally found this vase. I haven't seen one for ages. I was looking for something else. So that's on a chessboard. I did use the butler's sink and pantry, whatever thing. I didn't put stuff down here. You can. It is a bit of a pain to merge everything into, so I just put these on chessboards on top. Lighting this space was very difficult. I have used these wall lights in the kitchen because they give off more light. I have chandeliers, but because it's 2 stories at the apex, and you only seem to be able to get spotlights under roofs, so I sort of put a roof here temporarily, put a spotlight up, and then even if I changed the position of the roof and the spotlight was on the wall, the spotlight still disappeared. So yeah. We have our wine. This is the sitting room lounge. I have a newspaper on. It took me ages to find this. It's under appliances, I think. I have my fire, my stove with a fire in it. I didn't actually show you. I have these balconies with. I have the curtains over. The door does go through, but well, you can usually get through the curtains. Sometimes you can't, and you have to turn sideways, but you can get through. This is my diary, so I can do some journaling in the morning while I eat my croissant. This book, somebody told me about it, left a comment on one of my previous videos. It is available in the world to pick up. It is down in Skyline Valley. If you go to Research Site Bavaria, just to the right, there is a tree with some steps and a little platform, and it's on there. We also have another balcony over here, and you can sit out and eat your dinner, or just, you know, watch the world go by. In the sitting room, I've used these. These things keep going into the wall. It's very annoying. I do not know why. Right, anyway. Some of them are okay. Let's try it again. I think the problem is they don't like to be moved, and I think I have moved them. So if that happens, just store them and replace them. Now, originally I had decided that this was going to be my workshop, and I sort of shoved everything in here. And I was going to use this armoire as a door. But the problem is that, especially with this build set, the doorways are very distinctive. So it didn't really work as a hidden door. However, I bought this door not because I wanted a hidden door, but because I liked this as a piece of furniture. And it goes really well in here with the green kind of colour scheme. So it's just there as a piece of furniture. This is the bedroom. I put this blue suitcase out when it was dark, and I now don't like the colour. So I'm going to change it. And you would think after all this time that I would remember to press Y before, but I still go up and down instead of round and around. This section I have not double walled the upper walls, and I don't think it looks wrong. So there is no flamer trapping in this. I mean, there is flamer trapping in some of the merges in the kitchen, but the actual build, there is no flamer trapping. I made use of the curtains again just to give the bedroom some more softness. You could probably get 2 beds in here. I was just Yeah, single lady. Lives here. This is the bathroom, and I have again gone a bit girly. I wanted something luxurious. So these here, they will just float. They will go wherever you put them. These curtains, so that is pretty much it. I really like this build. I am planning, this is going to be a keeper for me. The one problem I do have with it I have 3 builds in this spot, and sometimes when I try and fast travel to my camp, I accidentally activate one of the other builds. So probably going to be getting rid of the modern bungalow before too long, but I've got a couple of other camps that will be scrapped before then. So if you don't know where we are on the map, we are between Overlook Cabin and Summersville. This is Newgard. This is now a dried lake bed because the dam was broken, and there is a whole sort of lore and history around that, and you can find information about that in Charleston Capitol building, and how Rose the robot got her name. Here is Vault 76. Right, I will show you how I built it. Going to start with some foundations. I almost always line up with the road when I build here, just so that the building looks square to the road. I'm going to go 2 back. The main part of the building is 4x4 with a 2x2 workshop on the back. Don't make your foundations too low. I mean, we could go a bit lower, but be aware that the ground rises up slightly away from the road. If you need to put confetti to suppress weeds, do it now. To give you a quick overview of the layout, we have the balconies, we have the porch, we have the lobby, we have the bedroom, the bathroom, and the workshop. It does help a bit when you're laying if you've got a large area and you've got to put lots of walls in. It does actually help if you do this. I find it does. Before we add walls, just remove where the balconies are going to go, and if you have them, put a porch foundation in. You can then snap a porch railing on. If you don't have them, just use a fence, it's fine. Put the foundation back. Same over here. Doesn't matter which way around, because the porch railings will snap on any side. Now going to add some walls. Going to be using this set. This is the White Spring set. The outside is plain, the inside has this panelling on, so make sure you get the walls the correct way round. This is going to be a doorway. Doorway here. This is a window. Obviously, when you're going over 2 foundations, make sure that you have your walls the right way around so that the panelling all matches up. If you want the panelling to match on the balconies, you can, and I will be doing this in other places, double wall these doorways. This is the porch area, the lobby area. Double wall all of this. It's important as well that we do this so we can get the walls going all the way up, because we are going to put them on inside out. So to do that you need 2 walls. So double wall. This is a plain wall. This I'm going to double wall, so again the panelling is on both sides. Same here. All the way along. This is a plain wall. This is a plain wall. For the workshop, we have plain walls on the side. Doorway, window. Now, all the way along the back, you're going to put half walls. Plain half wall all the way along. And then we're going to put this window all the way along. Right, we also need a double wall between the bedroom and the bathroom, so that obviously they're separate rooms. We need to add more half walls. On this section here above the door on the porch, we're going to put 2 half walls like so. Plain here and here. And basically on this part, the main living area, we're going to go all the way around with half walls like so. We need some top wall arches. We're going to need top wall arches here and here on the balconies, like so. An opposite pair over the main living area. It's very difficult to see which way these are going. The beading is on the outside. We want one here. One here. And we need them that way. On the workshop, we don't need obviously on this side because we've got walls. Now I didn't double wall, but if you want to double wall this section, you can. We need one more here. It's up to you which side you have. I think I'll do it the other way actually, so the nice side is in the bedroom. There we go. But it's completely up to you. So go around and finish these up so that where you need plain walls, you have plain walls. For this section here, grab some half walls and pull them out so that the nice side, the interior, is showing. Going to need top wall arches here and here. We see this line is going up, down. So all these lines kind of match. Next we are going to talk about roofs, and if you notice that the floors changed colour, it's because I did the roofs and I wasn't happy with the tag because it all got very complicated. There are a couple of reasons it's complicated. One, this is a cursed object, and when you combine it with red roofs you have 2 cursed objects and everything goes wrong. So I'm going to do things in a slightly different order than I did last time, and hopefully everything will work perfectly. Right, we are going to do the porch roof first. Place a wall, add a roof. It needs to be one that will go flat and then lift up. Want it sideways. Lift it up, remove the wall. Now, before you flatten this down, it's worth mentioning that if you want vines on here, they will not go under the pavilion roofs. So add them now. Flatten this roof back down. Convert it to the pavilion set. And you also want to add another one of those. Making sure that the struts are going in the same direction. That's fine. Right, now roofs. I did this roof in a bit of an odd way for me. Now, normally I would just put a roof on here and here. You cannot get a roof on that gap there because these sort of pieces stick out so much. So you need to take those off. And then you need to put them back in. Now, the other thing is, if you use the red roofs from the get-go, they won't fit underneath. So again, another reason not to use the red roofs from the get-go. The other thing I had a problem with this is there is a lot of flickering where these top wall arches stick through. So I decided to put the roofs on flat. Before we put the roof on the top, we will put one down here. This roof is so that you don't have this huge ceiling in the lobby, and also because we have these walls inside out, you won't see any of that. So put a flat roof in there. Doesn't matter which way round it is. We now want to put these roofs on flat, making sure that when we lift them they're the right way round. They're not. Surprisingly, we can get one in here. So go around and do that. Be aware that if you want to take one of these off, it will not come off in the upright position. You have to lower it to the flat position you put it on and then take it off. As you can see now, you get these perfect white lines. These two roofs here are fine, although it's up to you. It's difficult to put them on flat, I think, because no, they will go on. Just put them on. I was worried we might have to add a wall, but we don't. So they are attaching to the tops of these walls on the side. That one is the wrong way round. Still the wrong way round. And basically go round and do this all the way around. You're going to want it along here so that this top wall arch doesn't glitch, and then you'll have to carry it all the way along for the same reason. And then on this side you will need to do it as well so that the roofs meet in the middle. So just go around, put all the roofs on. So this is what the roof looks like with all those roofs in that position. You have these perfect white lines. You might not like this, but even with a really thick red roof, you can't get rid of them. They will glitch through. So it's sometimes if you can't overcome something, it's a bit like life, make a feature of it. If you want the red roofs, or to be honest, this looks good with any roof. So whichever roof you choose. The only roof it won't work with is the base roof because there is no flat position on this roof. So just switch the roofs up. I mean, it looks great with the green. I mean, I like the green. But I'm going to do the red again. So just go around and replace all of these roofs with the red. It's a bit tedious, so I won't make you watch it. So there we go. Obviously steps here and in front of the workshop. I just use the cement ones. You can use whatever you like. As I said a minute ago, I changed the floors. This is this marble. I literally used it everywhere. It's up to you whether you want to. You can change it for different rooms. Entirely up to you. For doors, I used the Helvetia door, the wooden one, for the front door and the workshop. And for the balconies, I used this Helvetia window door. This one actually came with the second Helvetia set, the grey one. I really wanted to like that set because I was not keen on the blue. I like blue, there was something about that shade of blue, it was just off for me, I didn't like it. But I didn't like the grey one either. So I'm going to have to do a build with one of those, aren't I? Going to have to try it. So anyway, here is a single wall build set. And it wasn't just about doing a single wall build set, it was about trying to see these build sets in a different light. So you might think, well, I can only build a Regency house with this. Well, no, you can't. You can build lots of different things. So I have submitted this as a best build. It's had 0 likes. I'm not convinced about the best build system. I have seen a foundation, a staircase, 6 upper floors and vault-type walls with no decoration inside or out, 6 vendors underneath, being submitted as a best build. The difficulty was it had 9 likes. The reason it had 9 likes was Bethesda were forcing us to like a camp for a daily, and it was the only one on the server. I don't know why this has not had any likes. It may not have been viewed. I don't know how they, get seen, how they, distribute the viewing of these things. So if it's just RNG, I am cursed, as all my friends know. I have lots of luck. It's only bad, unfortunately. So the danger, though, with this system is, though, that if Bethesda are going to showcase the ones with the most likes, they may end up with some surprises. So I think that they should. I've actually started re-rolling it. I have liked some. I've seen some that may not be the best, but I'm looking for creativity. I'm looking for effort. If you plonk down a prefab and don't decorate it, it's not a best build. So, but some people I think are doing it ironically because they think the system is flawed, and I don't disagree with that. So anyway, I hope you like this build. I hope you have fun with it. That is all from me today. Thank you for watching.